The most shocking track comebacks nobody saw coming. The greatest track comebacks do not start with a perfect race. They start when the world thinks the story is already over. Then one runner comes back, one race changes everything, and the sport has to rewrite what it believed. These are the comebacks nobody saw coming. Track is cruel because the clock does not care about reputation. A champion can have medals and respect, but one bad season can make people say the peak is gone. One injury can slow the legs. One loss can change the mood. That is why comebacks in track feel different from comebacks in many sports. There are no teammates to hide behind. There is no bench to save you. When the gun fires, the truth is public. If the body is not ready, everyone sees it. The most shocking returns come from athletes who had already been written into a smaller role. Maybe they were called past their best. Maybe a new rival had taken over. Maybe their own event had moved on without them. Then they came back and forced the world to watch again. This is not about lucky wins. It is about runners who had real reasons to fade, then found one more sharp answer when the sport expected less. Andre de Grasse spent years standing close to the top without owning it. At the 2016 Olympics in Rio, he won bronze in the 100 meters, silver in the 200 meters, and bronze in the 4x100 relay. He was fast, calm, and dangerous, but he was still chasing the one medal that changes a sprinter forever. Then injuries slowed the story. Hamstring problems hurt his 2017 season. He missed the World Championships that year. The sprint world did not wait. The spotlight moved. De Grasse was still respected, but respect is not the same as fear. That is what made Tokyo so powerful. In the 200-meter final at the 2021 Olympics, de Grasse did not run like a man trying to survive his past. He ran like a man who had saved his best answer for the right night. He won gold in 19.62, a Canadian record, beating a field filled with American power. The comeback was not only physical, it was mental. De Grasse had been near gold before, and near gold can hurt. In Tokyo, he finished like the moment belonged to him. The nearly man became Olympic champion. Daphne Schipper's comeback was not built around one injury return. It was built around a bold change. Before she became a world-class sprinter, she was a heptathlete. She had speed, strength, and toughness, but the heptathlon spreads an athlete across 7 events. The sprint world demands one sharp thing done almost perfectly. In 2013, Schippers won world bronze in the heptathlon. That alone could have defined a strong career. But she made a hard choice. She moved away from the multi-event path and put her full focus on sprinting. That was risky, because sprinting gives no hiding place. A bad start or tight finish can ruin the race. Then came Beijing in 2015. In the World 200-meter final, Schippers attacked the bend and flew down the straight. She won in 21.63, a European record. It was one of the fastest 200-meter times in history at that point. She had gone from combined event star to world sprint champion. That comeback shocked people because it was a career restart at the highest level. She did not simply return to form. She returned as a different kind of athlete. Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce had already built a legendary career before her biggest comeback. She won Olympic 100-meter gold in 2008 and 2012. She won World 100-meter titles in 2009, 2013, and 2015. By any normal measure, she had nothing left to prove. Then she missed the 2017 World Championships because she was pregnant. For many sprinters, that kind of break at the top can feel like an ending. The 100 meters is brutal. It rewards tiny edges, perfect starts, and fresh speed. Time away can be costly. But Fraser Pryce came back in 2018, then built toward Doha in 2019. At the World Championships, she stormed to the 100-meter title in 10.71. It was not a soft comeback win. It was one of the fastest runs of her career. She became a world champion again after becoming a mother. That race changed more than her medal count. It changed what people believed about motherhood and sprinting. Sifan Hassan's comeback in Tokyo happened inside the Olympics itself. On one morning in 2021, she was running a 1,500-meter heat while chasing one of the hardest triples in track. The 1,500, the 5,000, and the 10,000. Then disaster hit. On the final lap, a runner fell in front of her, and Hassan went down too. For most athletes, that would end the race. It may have ended the whole triple plan. Hassan was on the ground while the field moved, but she got up and sprinted after them. She did not only catch the pack, she won the heat. Later that same day, she returned for the 5,000-meter final and won Olympic gold. That alone would have been enough for a comeback story. But Hassan kept going. Across the games, she won 5,000 meters gold, 10,000 meters gold, and 1,500 meters bronze. No athlete had ever won medals in all three events at the same Olympics. Her Tokyo story was not clean or calm. It was messy, risky, and almost too hard to believe. That fall made the triple feel human. Hassan was not floating through history. She was fighting for it from the track surface up. Elaine Thompson-Herah looked untouchable in Rio in 2016. She won the 100 meters and 200 meters Olympic titles, becoming Jamaica's new sprint queen. But the years after Rio were not simple. Achilles' problems affected her form. At major championships in 2017 and 2019, she did not win the individual golds people expected. That opened the door to doubt. Some fans wondered if Rio had been the peak. Sprinting can be unforgiving that way. Once a champion stops winning, people start counting the new faces behind her. Then came Tokyo in 2021. Thompson-Herah defended her Olympic 100-meter title in 10.61, an Olympic record. Then she won the 200 meters in 21.53, a personal best and Jamaican record. She added gold in the 4x100 relay. The woman some had doubted had just completed one of the greatest sprint runs ever. Comebacks can be powerful, but they should not be turned into simple fairy tales. Every return has limits. Some athletes come back once, then the body fights back again. Some great wins do not lead to long control. Some stories look clean only when the hard months are cut out. DeGrasse still had to battle more injuries after Tokyo. A comeback does not mean pain disappears. It means the athlete found one window where courage, training, health, and timing lined up. Sometimes that window is one race. Sometimes it is one season. Sometimes it becomes a second career. The point is not that every champion can always come back. The point is that track sometimes gives a runner one more chance to prove the story was not finished. These comebacks stay with fans because each changed how people watch the athlete. DeGrasse became an Olympic champion. Track needs comebacks because they break the simple story, reminding fans that the clock is honest but not always final. The most shocking turnarounds feel that way because the world thought it already knew the ending. The athlete who looks beaten today can stand in the blocks tomorrow with one more answer. The most dangerous runner is not the one who never fell, but the one who fell, heard the crowd move on, and still believes the next gun belongs to them.